So today we will discuss about another type of flow, right? So let's discuss that. Let's go to setup and then type flow. Now we need to choose record trigger flow. Okay, you know how you can create a flow. So all the flows that those you have already created, those will be visible here. And the for new flow, you just need to click on the new flow button.
Excuse me, sir, I can't see your screen.
Is it for everyone or just only for you?
नहीं दिख रही सर.
Yeah, now I can. It's visible now.
Okay, just give me 1 sec. Let me just go outside. Just give me 1 sec. Huh? Hey guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll discuss about record trigger flow. So earlier we discussed about screen flow that is used to create screens, either to show the information or to get the input from the user. So today we'll discuss about record trigger flow. This is the important one, and we generally fire it at time of record creation, updation, or deletion, right? So if you anytime you create a record or you update a record or you delete a record from the org, you can fire or you can do you know you can fire a flow, you can do some activity automatically, right? There are two types of record trigger flow. One is before and one is after. So let me just click on this. So if you will click here, it will give you the option to create a flow. So the first thing is you have to choose the object on which you want to create the flow. So let's say if you want to create it on account, opportunity, contact, or any object on which you want to do any activity, or you can also do the activity on the related record, right? So I'm choosing here account. So what I'm going to do here is we will check if an account rating is blank, right? Then we will update that rating in as hot or cold or warm, right? So we will fill the value of the account rating field if user is not giving any value to the rating field, right? So we will first check how we can create an before flow in record trigger flow, and then I will show you how you can do with the after flow and which one you choose at um, on which condition, right? So first you just need to choose the object on which you want to fire the flow. So I have chosen account, and then it is asking trigger the flow when. So you have four options in that category. One is a record is created, a record is updated. So the first one is record is created. Whenever account record will be created, this flow will be fired, right? Second option we have is a record is updated. So whenever you will update a record, account record, then this flow will fire. And you can choose both the option, either create it or update it. So for both the operations, you can fire the flow, right? And the last one is record is deleted. So you can also fire the flow at time of a deletion of the record. So I will choose the first one, a record is created, because we'll check if at the time of account record creation, if the rating field is blank, then we will update that field, right? Set entry condition, so we need to choose it manual, right? Sorry, now you just need to choose which record will fire the flow, right? So if there is any condition or any formula or any custom logic that you want to put, or if you want all the records to come and fire the flow, right? So I'm just choosing none as a condition requirement. So every record every new account record will fire this flow, right? And then the last one is either you need to choose the before and after. So fast field update is before record. So if you will choose fast field update, then it means that the flow will fire before the record will commit to the database. You can read here, update field on the record that trigger the flow to run. This high performance flow run before the record is saved to the database. So now you will have a question like when we should choose before and when we should choose after, right? So I will give you few conditions, right? In these conditions, you will definitely choose after, and if these conditions are not satisfied, then you can choose before, right? The first condition is whenever you will do any operation on the related record. Whenever you will do any operation on the related record, let's say if your flow is firing on account record, and if you want to perform any operation on case, contact, opportunity, any related record of the account, then you have to choose after flow, right? Second, if you want to send an email or create a task, will also come in the related record. So I am choosing it here, the task. So these three operations will definitely, you have to choose after flow because you need a ID in these cases, right? So these are the thing that you will consider the after flow, right? So we'll discuss after flow later on. First, we will discuss fast field update. So we'll choose here. Now you can see our object is account. Our trigger is will fire every time a new account record will be created, and we are using fast field update. Means like before the record will be saved to the database, our flow will fire and will do the activity whatever we will ask him to do. Right? Okay. So now you can see here. Now we need to choose the element, right? So now we need to check. Our requirement is we will check if a rating record will be blank, then only will do some activity. So first we need to check if the account rating is blank. So for that we will choose decision element. Let's just put it here, and we'll check if account rating is blank. Then we'll fill that account rating, and if it is not blank, then we'll not do anything, right? So I'm just giving the label, check rating. Okay, so it's giving the rating here. All condition met. If you still want to put any condition to the outcome, then you can put it here. I don't want to do that, then you can simply leave it, right? Resources, here you just need to pick the field that you want to check. So first we need to know how you can gather the information about the record that is being saved to the database, right? So we need information about the record that is being saved to the database, and the inputs are coming from the user, right? So for that, we have a quick resource that is triggering account. So you can simply choose it here. So now it is giving you the value from the account that actually triggered this flow. So triggering account will give you the information about, and it will return the list, the information about the triggering account values, right? So now we need the information about rating. So you can see here account rating field is there, so you can choose the field. And now we need to check if it is blank. So we can choose is null, right? So basically it is a picklist field, so null will be fired, and you can choose the value. So is null equal to true. So if the value of account rating field is true, then we will fire this flow. We'll do some activity. So I don't know if you are aware about Apex triggers. Apex trigger is will do the similar kind of activity, and you will have more control on the things. We'll discuss Apex trigger later on, but if you are using before trigger or before flow, then you don't have to update the same record. You don't have to update the triggering account. You can simply use an assignment element to assign the value. You don't have to use update element, right? So let's do that. So we will use assignment operator because record is not yet saved to the database. So we can simply assign whatever we want to, and the record will go to the database with addition of the assigned value that we will assign. So now I'm just using assignment operator to assign the value. So just remember, if you want to change any value from the triggering record, right, then you can simply do that with the assignment. So let's just use the assignment here, and you can give it a label, set rating, and now you can assign the value. So we just need the value from triggering account dot account rating. Rating is the API name, and will give you the value. So let's say we want to assign warm, right? And if you want to get it as an input, or if you want to query it somewhere, then we will discuss that later on. You can use a variable for that, but right now we are just assigning a static value, that is warm. So what we did is we checked if account rating is coming as blank from the user, we are updating that value as warm, right? So we assigned it, and that's it. You can add and elements. So in both ways you can uh, use and. So I'm using and. So in the both the cases, the flow will be ANDed. So that's it. We have created our flow. You can save it. Give it a name. Set rating. And hit save. We have saved this flow, and you can activate it. Okay, this flow is now activated. So, and this will be fire on account record creation. So let's see. Let's create one account record and see if rating value is getting updated or not. So let's go to Sales app. Let's create a new account. So test blank rating. Just giving name as test blank rating, and just keeping this rating value as blank, right? So just hit save. So we have created one account, and you can see the rating is getting updated with warm. So this is how you can create a record trigger flow, and what it is doing at time of account creation, it is updating the rating as warm, and it won't fire on update. So if you will again edit it, and if you will make it blank, so you can see here, it won't fire on update. It is only firing at time of record creation. Any question from anyone? So Salesforce generally suggests like you should use
So
flows,
is it
right?
before or
Um,
after?
it is before, right? Because we haven't updated the account record, we just use assignment to assign the value at time of it is getting saved or getting commit in the database, right? So you can imagine, let's say if user has input something from the screen, and your flow is and it is the data is going to save in the data, flow between that. So your flow will change the value. So account rating is coming as null from user, and flow will fire, and it will change it to warm. And database will get the new value that defined by the flow in between, right? In after. So let's say if at time of account creation, right? I just want to create a contact record, or I want to change a contact record. So let's just create one contact record at time of creation of an account with the same name of the account, right? So let's just do that. Just create one more flow. I'm just deactivating it because I'm using this org for multiple batches. So I don't want to mess up. Let's create one more flow. Let's go to setup. I'm not going to flow builder directly. I'm just going from the main screen so that you guys will aware. Again, just click on new flow. Again, we'll choose record trigger flow. Just assign the object on which you want to do. So I will, at the creation of an account, I will create one contact, right? So that's it. I will choose a record is created. I will not pass any condition here. And this time I will use action and related record, right? Okay. So now what will we do, right? We'll use create a record element here. Just give the name. Okay. How many record you want to create? I just want to create one manually and just pass the object on which you want to create a record. So let's say contact. It will show you all the required field on the contact. So we have only one required field on the contact, that is last name. So what we will pass here is whatever is coming from the account name, we will pass it here, right? So let's go to triggering account and the account name, right? We will use account name as a last name, and we just need to pass the account ID also. So like we did in the screen flow. So account ID, and we'll pass triggering account ID. So this account ID will only come when the account record will be saved to the database. That is why we have to use after flow if you need to perform any operation on the related record. So related record can only be accessed or created if you have the ID of the parent record. So we need the account ID. So account ID will come from the triggering account. So that triggering account will be saved in the database, and it will pick the account ID from that record and will assign that to account ID here. And the last name, we will pass the account name, whatever we have in that. Okay, so that's it. The record will be created, whatever the values we are getting from the triggering account. So I'm just saving it. Just give it a name. Create contact on account creation. So it's save. That's activated. If you want, you can debug it. We'll see if there will be any problem. Then only we will debug, but you guys can do that. Let's just go back and just create one account. Go on account. Create a new record here. And record type 3. Click next. I'm just giving a random name so we can identify the contact. I have already removed the related list from my account record, so I have to go to contact. So the account is created. So you can see here we have the account record, contact creation on account create. So let's just check if we have the similar contact. You can see here contact is also created, and you can see here in the detail. Actually, my page is updated, so you will see some extra information also. So it was created on 27/2026, 9:30 p.m. And the account is associated with the same name, right? So this is how you can use you can perform after operations using flow, right? So record trigger can be triggered before uh, the commit to the database and after commit to the database. So it is up to you which operation you want to do. And I have already explained, like if you want to do any operation on any related record of the triggering record, then you have to choose after flow. And if you want to send an email, create a task, so this kind of activity you will absolutely need after flow. And if you want to change the triggering record, or if you want to assign any value, need to check anything from the triggering account, you will choose before flow. So this concept will also clear at time of trigger. So we'll have the same concept in the trigger also. We have before and after trigger, and code will have more control. So if you will ask me which one we should use, either flow or code, I mean trigger. Flow is very beneficial if you have a lesser amount of record for operation, but if your org is complex and if your data is complex, I always recommend to use trigger because you have more control on the things, right? So this is what we have in the record trigger flow, and we will discuss schedule flow tomorrow. Any question from anyone? Just stop the record.